People nowadays, especially teenagers, are slowly being careless about how much they spend for a certain product. Teenagers just buy whatever they want to buy, such as things that were posted on social media or things that are trending. So some people don't think about a product's value, if the price of something is worth it or not. Some people don't think about how much they spent in order for them to have that something, as long as they're satisfied with whatever they have bought or whatever they have. So some people even forget about the benefits that you can get through saving and how it helps an individual be better when it comes to decision making. So there are two types of people in this world when it comes to buying things: the save more type of person and the spend more type of person. So saving money is more than you think. It not only helps you save money, but it helps you earn or practice the qualities needed in saving money. And these qualities are essential, especially as an ABM student. And as an ABM student, we are taught about the difference of an individual's wants and needs. Knowing what you need and want, especially since we are young adults, we are more exposed to the world. We need to make the right decisions when it comes to handling our money. And in the same sense that in life, we have to make the right decisions to make sure that we are on the road to success. Each and every one of us has our own individual wants and needs. Surely we cannot survive without spending for our needs, but we can survive without spending for our wants. Because these wants are to only satisfy ourselves, and they aren't really that important. Also, saving money helps you be financially secured, like in case of emergencies or for covering unexpected expenses. So to conclude, saving money helps you see the difference of an individual's wants and needs. It helps you be more matured when it comes to handling your money or when it comes to using your money the right way, and it helps you become better in decision making. Thank you.
The way of thinking that goes go to school, graduate, so you can get a high paying job in the future gives a misleading concept towards education. Education is not just about studying so you can get a high paying job in the future, but it's what Nelson Mandela said: education is a powerful tool that you can use to change the world. It is about understanding the world around us, and with the knowledge that we have gained, we use it as a tool to make society better and have a promising future. Here in the Philippines, there's a newly implemented program, and that is the K to 12. The K to 12 is an avenue for students where they can develop their skills, discover more about themselves, and to think differently. In this program, there is the academic track, technical vocational track, and the arts and design sports track. Under the academic track, there is the STEM, avian, gas, and cubes. Since K-12 is still really implemented and is still improving, I am here to persuade the administrators on what needs to be changed in the curriculum of the academic track. And what needs to be changed is that it has to be an experiential based type of learning instead of the traditional approach where students just sit in the classroom the whole day and listen to their teacher, and they are going to have tests based on the topics of their books. Due to the competitive environment in the school, the traditional approach kind of promotes the notion that grades and the compliance of projects are everything. Students don't study to learn anymore, but they study just so they can pass the test. I'm going to use ABM, Accounting and Business Management track, as a variable on how this experiential based type of learning goes. ABM is a strand that is about business related subjects. It is focused on developing the skills, mainly the analytical skills, the creativity skills, the communicational skills of the students. And so think about it. How are these students going to develop their skills in just 2 years? For them to learn, they need to dedicate most of their time outside of school instead of staying inside the whole day. They need to be exposed to the corporate world, and through there, they will gain knowledge and experience. Uh, One of the programs that is in this curriculum would be on-the-job training. Yes, there's on-the-job training in K to 12, but it's doesn't really last long, and it doesn't make the student experience on his or her job because it only lasts for a short time. And aside from that, they're going to have topics that is about managing and how to start a business through practical approach. Aside from that, ABM students need to interact with one another, collaborate, and share their ideas. And the best setting for this is that there's a classroom with no walls. What I mean is that right now there's a classroom, there's walls, and it's dividing the students, so not anymore. Because a classroom where there's no walls, it doesn't hinder the students from interacting with different students from different classrooms. So it's going to be diverse. It's a mix of grade 11 and grade 12 students where they can freely express themselves. Of course, there are teachers to manage, but most of the learning comes from the students with the aid of modern technology to enhance their learning. This may sound impossible, but it's not. There are so many schools that are applying this non-traditional approach, like the Ecole 42, a school with no teachers, tuition, and books. Right now, we're living in a fast-paced world, and the traditional approach doesn't suit the needs of the students anymore. This non-traditional approach I am proposing will offer a freestyle of education that is led with the interests of the students rather than the curriculum of the traditional approach. Rather than the strict curriculum of the traditional approach, thus making the learning experience of students worthwhile. Thank you.
When was the last time that you had to make an important decision? Was it that time wherein you had to choose between true or false in a test, or that time wherein you couldn't decide which color of clothing you wanted to buy? There are many decisions that we make each day, from how we go on about our day to discerning our actions. However, some of these decisions that we make are taken for granted. For instance, choosing our curriculum enrichment programs or CEPs. Each semester, senior high school students are given the opportunity to choose their own CEP. The school offers a lot that caters to each specific strand. However, more often than not, students don't really care much about these CEPs. They do not realize the importance of this minor subject. They think that this is just one extra subject that they can sleep on. I stand before you today to inform you, senior high school students, about the importance of curriculum enrichment programs. Curriculum enrichment programs, abbreviated as CEPs, are programs that not only aim to teach students more than what is required, but also have the purpose of further enhancing a student's mind. CEPs are a set of specialized subjects that go beyond what is required by the Department of Education. In Sacred Heart School Ateneo de Cebu, some of the CEPs that they offer are Obligations and Contracts for the ABM strand, Analytical Chemistry for the STEM strand, and Architecture 101 for the Hume strand. These courses serve as fundamentals for the college courses that bear the same name. If one paid attention to the topics discussed in their CEPs, they will see its relevance to their lives. For instance, Obligations and Contracts teach students about the factors that contribute to making a contract. Knowing these factors will help the students in their future business ventures. Analytical Chemistry teaches students about how to deal with chemicals properly. Learning this will help them avoid make mistakes with dangerous chemicals. Architecture 101 provides Hume students extra learning. Through this CEP, they are able to learn the basics of architecture, which will for sure come in handy in the future. Those are only some of the many CEPs that are offered in senior high school. From the ones previously mentioned, we can gather that CEPs help in the formation of students. These CEPs not only contribute to academic learning, but also teach students life lessons. Many may not see the relevance of curriculum enrichment programs in their lives. However, I assure you that these will help you grow not only as a student, but as an individual. CEPs are college subjects that are offered to senior high school students, which help them learn the basics of these courses. CEPs should be something that students should be grateful for because not everyone has the chance to get one. Therefore, enroll in the CEP that suits you and rest assured that it won't be something that you will regret. Thank you.
Entrepreneurship is a demonstration of making a business or organization that would pick up benefit by making an imaginative product and go out of the limb that would explain and make change. Based on the blog overload.com by Nicole Martins Ferreira, it moreover makes and hones initiative abilities and participation attributes and focuses on the impacts of explicit associations. Its motivation is to make a difference to the economy and to society. The significance of entrepreneurship is to enable students to consider unheard of options and upgrade their eccentric blessings and capabilities. It creates opportunities for students and help assemble their certainty. It would extend their insight and broaden their thoughts that would help settle in the future of their career. These are numerous advantages of enhancing and developing the career development of students. They could help issues that will look later on and enhance our economy. With an article written by Summit Seth in Investopedia.com, it widened my knowledge and gave me the best advantages of enhancing and developing the career development of students. Firstly, they could make new organizations that would create opportunities for individuals and an advantage to the network. Secondly, they could make social change. Through their novel contributions of new products and enterprises, business people split far from convention in a roundabout way bluster opportunity by decreasing reliance on outdated frameworks and innovations. Thirdly, they will greatly affect the advancement in our community. They would likewise put resources in network extents and give budgetary help to nearby foundations. This empowers further improvement past their very own endeavors. These characteristics can make one a business person are similar characteristics that can propel different students that we need to be one to show proactive kindness. To conclude, these advantages can improve the students develop their career development by enhancing their capabilities that would make change and opportunities for them in the future. It would make an enormous effect to our economy and enhance the general public. With this, the significance of entrepreneurship on the career development of students is to make new organizations, make social change, and it influences the headway on our community that would extraordinarily encourage the economy. Thank you.
As ABM students, we are taught a number of courses related to our strand that can be useful and applicable later in our professional years. Direct marketing is especially important. According to an internet source, Wikipedia, direct marketing is a form of advertising where organizations communicate directly to customers through a variety of media including cell phone text messages, email, websites, online adverts, database marketing, flyers, catalog distribution, promotional letters, targeted television, newspapers, magazine advertisements, and outdoor advertising. Among practitioners, it is also known as direct response marketing. The course is especially important because it has a significant link to business, which is connected to the ABM strand. It educates students how to manage a business, plan for marketing strategies, sell and create products, organize market sales, and many more to mention. Marketing isn't just about selling products, gaining profit, and making the most out of the business, but it also allows students to view another aspect of the business world. The course also trains students to become managers and leaders to develop their outer view and their opinion about the subject as a whole. We learn marketing through lectures and presentations almost entirely in school and lack the actual experience. Despite being only students, us being exposed to the real marketing world can further enhance our knowledge and experience, which will later be applied in our future professions. External school activities such as outreach programs are important to students by developing visual literacy and by integrating the trip actively into the curriculum. The outside experience takes place in a very different environment from the school and classroom. It's something apparent. Teachers should help students maintain their focus to ensure that they have an engaging educational experience. Outdoor activities has a lot of benefits to students. Letting students experience the actual marketing either through programs outside of school or field trips can further enhance the students' skills, knowledge, involvement, and sense which can let them have a grasp of what marketing is like. It is always important to know that and experience direct marketing from primary observation. With that, the experience will settle down to our knowledge and be useful sometime. To close this proposal, the experience will then simply serve as a recall in the future to the students, making it easier for them to do the task that relates to direct marketing.
Good morning, everyone. So here I'm going to talk to you about the presence of counterfeit products in the market and how they affect our economy. So, do any of you here own any fake products? It'd be a fake Coach bag, perhaps an imitation Supreme cap. Well, I'm sure most of us here are aware of the presence of such products in the market. Well, in a world of various materials and mass equipment, it is quite common to see fake replicas of expensive brands such as Chanel, Gucci, Versace, and more. It makes it easier to produce without the same cost as the authentic versions. Counterfeit consumer goods or product imitations have gotten quite common, not just in the Philippines, but also around the world. Well, not everyone is fortunate enough in terms of money and cannot afford the authentic versions, therefore they opt for the cheaper option, which is to buy the counterfeit consumer goods. Well, they buy it for their own reasons, whether it be style, the branding, or whatever their own reasons are. Well, the quality may not be as good, but people still opt to buy it for the price and they still think it's worth the money. But not only do these counterfeit products tarnish the brand's uniqueness and originality, it also affects the economy. Well, today, counterfeit products also take a toll on our economy, as well as other countries. It was explained in the essay, Impact of Counterfeit Consumer Products, that counterfeiting and piracy will cause global economic losses of $1.7 trillion by 2015 and put 2.5 million legitimate jobs at risk, according to the International Chamber of Commerce, said in the report published by Global Counterfeiting and Piracy in Paris. Well, the economic and social impact of counterfeit and pirated products, which includes lost tax revenue and higher government spending on law enforcement and healthcare, is every year, in the ICC said. Well, the cost is estimated to more than to double $1.7 trillion by 2015, partly because of counterfeiting and piracy. Measures by reported customs seizures, as well as increased access to high-speed internet and technology, the ICC said. In 2008, the World Customs Organization, reporting to data collected from 121 countries, found that 65% of the total departed from mainland China. So mainland China is basically the source. This means that clearly we can say that it negatively affects our economy. This is because the imitations, they are priced lower than the actual price. So the imitations are somewhat making the companies lose their revenue. So buying these imitation brands is basically stealing the supposed revenue of a brand. Buying product imitations, Class A fakes, imitations, or whatever you want to call them, is considered stealing because you're stealing the revenue of these companies. So these goods are imitations of the authentic brands, and buying them would, despite their quality, is considered stealing. These products affect our economy greatly, not just for the branding, but the pricing as well, and which is why it's not exactly wrong to buy these products, but they affect our economy greatly. Thank you.
Communication is important in everyday life. In this modern age of information, we need to constantly interact with people to get through the day, and it's no different in business. From making transactions to forming partnerships, business involves a great deal of data that must be regularly received and conveyed in order to complete tasks and turn up profit. This applies to every level in the corporate hierarchy, all the way from the CEO to the rank and file employee. A manager's job is to instruct people and lead a team, and they can't do this without communication. A manager must have good communication skills in order for his or her team to understand and for them to be able to do something that can benefit the business. They need to be able to adjust their language to communicate professionally with higher up people. A manager not only leads a team, but they all need to work together, and with communication, they can do that. A positive team can make a team better off, and it needs good communication skills to boost a team's morale. Communication is not just about giving out information, it is also about correctly receiving it. And it is important for a regular employee to have this. They need to be able to understand the instructions of what their higher ups will give them. Because like if they can't, they won't be a good employee. And it will cause a misunderstanding in their team, and this will be bad for them. Communication does not only occur in the company, but it also happens outside the company. For example, is that communication is unavoidable when it comes to selling products to customers or when customers are filing complaints. You will still have to talk to them anyway. So you need to have good communication skills to be able to understand and talk through it with them. So you will have good customer service, because good customer service is beneficial for a company. Listening to their needs and understanding their wants is a part of good communication. Overall, business needs communication in order to function. In the inside of the company, people are working together efficiently by ways of meetings, discussions, goals, and regular conversations even. On the outside, marketing and producing convincing advertisements and the like. They need not only speak, but to speak efficiently and properly to their customers, employees, and their boss. And one day, you're gonna have to do the same.